This tutorial is sponsored by Patreon. Thank you all for your support. Hello everyone, so we're back. Currently we are in, I'm not sure, episode 6 or 7, but today we're gonna be covering health system, and I'm going to be focusing on these systems a little bit more to make them more expandable. Okay, so first thing that we need is we need couple booleans here, and first boolean is going to be is dead. So this boolean is gonna control if our player died, basically. And we left some mess here, so we can just select everything here and collapse to function and call it create update UI crosshairs, something like this. So it's much more cleaner, right? And if we go and play, it still works the same. Okay, so now we are gonna start by adding some damage to a player. So we are gonna get event any damage. So this event is gonna be fired when player takes any damage. First, we're gonna check if the player is dead. So if the player is dead, we don't want to run anything because player is dead. So true, we don't need it. But if this is not true, and if the player is not dead, make sure the boolean is set false. If it's not true, then we're gonna get our, so create health. This is going to be our current health, so I can name it current health to make it a little bit easier for you guys. And we're gonna create max health. And here in the category we can change default to health, current health to health, and now you have a little category here. So let's get current health, and I'm gonna minus it with damage. So from here I'm gonna clamp it, and basically, so clamp float. What clamp does is it just stacks value between those two numbers that you want. So I want minimum to be 0 and the maximum to be my max health. And if I compile, let me set my current health to 100 and my max health to 100 as well. Okay, so from here I'm going to set current health. Hope you guys can follow now. So basically what we are doing, first we are checking if the player is dead, and if it's not, then we are proceeding with our damage. So here we take our current health and minus it with damage, and this what does is basically if our current health, if our current health is, like, for example 20 and the damage is 30, it's not going to be minus 10, it's going to be 0, right? So from here I'm gonna branch it, so hold B and left click or type in branch, and we're gonna check if our current health, so we can copy our current health here, we're gonna check if this current health is equal to 0, right, if we are dead. So equal, just like that. And if we are equal to 0, then I'm gonna create custom event here that we're gonna cover in another topic, custom event, call it dead. I'm just gonna create it here, but I'm not gonna cover it in this episode. But if it's equal to 0, then we call that. If not, then nothing happens really. Okay. We can also plug this in, right? Like this. it's still current health. Okay, so that's our damage. So now if I want to apply some damage, I can get my key 5, for example, key 5, and I can call apply damage from there. I set it to be 15, and I can also print string after that. This is just for development purposes and testing. And if I plug current health here, it's gonna update my health every time I damage myself. So this doesn't work. So we are minusing it. Okay, so yeah, we will need to get a reference to self here, because we are damaged, right? So if I press 5, minus 15, minus 1, yeah, that's it. That works fine. So that's for our damage. We can actually keep it here. And I can select all of this and collapse it to function. And call this taking any damage, for example. This can be damage amount. Yeah. So this looks okay. That's for the taking any damage. But now we need to heal player. So for that we're gonna create another function and call it heal player, or increase health. And this also can go into category of health, and this taking any damage can also go into category of health. So we get this little category here. Increasing health. So we're gonna check if the player is dead, and we're gonna hold B, left click to get a branch. Connect this like that. Is dead into condition. And only if we are not dead, we're gonna get current health here, and we're gonna add it. So just type in add, and we're gonna pull it right into the increase health. And I'm just gonna create a little bit more cleaner, like that. And this will go again into the clamp. Oh, not clamp angle, clamp float. With maximum being max health. This is going to be called amount. So why we did this is because now if we call increase health here, as you can see, we can decide how much health we want to call, which is very good. Okay, so let's go back to increase health. We can delete some of those. Okay, so now this is going to be setting our current health here, but that's not only that, because now what I also want to do is I want to get a branch, so B, left click or type in branch, and I want to check if these two values, this one and this one, No, actually I can keep it like this, but for example, if you want to create the system where player cannot heal once he is full HP, then we can do it this way as well. I'm gonna show you. So for example, your player is full HP, you don't want him to be able to drink the potion, right? Okay, so this return value is going to be checked if it's equal to max health. That's going to be conditioned into the false. And if it's equal to max health, if that is true, then we want to print string max health. And if not, we want to set current health to be of this value here. And if it's true, then we can get current health. No, set current health. We can set it to be max health. And call max health. Right, you can expand on this as you wish. But yeah, after this we are gonna need to update our UI, and you'll see in the couple of moments. But yeah, this should work now. So if I go and get my print string here as well and connect those two, if I'm full HP, I'm not gonna be able to heal, and if I'm not, I'm just gonna, I mean, I'm gonna be able to heal, but it's gonna keep capping it to max health, right? But yeah, you can add up on these functions, and I'm gonna probably add up on it in the future. But now we're gonna do it this way. This works as well. So here we had a 5 key to apply damage, and then we're gonna 6 key to increase health. And we're gonna increase it for 10. So let's go. I have a 55 HP, if you can see, 40, and then I'm healing. Then I take a again. But now that I'm max health, I'm not going over the cap and I'm staying 100, okay? I'm a max health. Obviously, when you are gonna create a potion, for example, you're gonna check if your current health is equal to max health. And if it's equal, then you won't use potion from true. But if it's false, then you're gonna increase health, right? This is how you do this system. Very easy. Okay, so this is just for testing purposes. We're gonna delete this later. But now let's get our UI, right? Okay, so right now there is no way to tell how much HP you have unless we press 5 or 6, but this only works in development purposes. But now we need some way to show the health. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go to the content UI and I'm gonna create health. So here I'm gonna get my progress bar, or rather we can create a UI for the stats, which would be better as well. So let's create another widget blueprint and call it widget blueprint stats. Just like that. We are not, and we're gonna change this to be desired, but we're not gonna get the canvas. We're gonna get size box, because we don't need canvas here, because we're gonna fit this VB stats inside of our master UI. Okay, so we have width, we have height override, and width can be like 400 and height can be for now just 50, but we're gonna change it in the future when we add more stuff. We can get a border here, and also we can wrap this border with an overlay. And why overlay? Because overlay will let us put more stuff inside of it, right? So now we can go ahead and add even progress bar here, as you can see. So you have progress bar here. Content color, nothing, but the brush color will be black or something dark gray. Sorry, or something dark gray like this. And right now this looks ugly because we don't have multiple progress bars, right? So we have a border here. Let's get ourselves already vertical box, so we are chilling for the next episode. So let's create progress bar inside of it, and we can multiply it like this. Just Control C, Control V, and this is what your hierarchy should look like. So we have a size box that in my case is this size, but I'm gonna increase it to be like 80. Then I have overlay, then I have border, and then I have my vertical box, which is fill. And now I have progress bars, and first one is going to be called health bar. And also I'm gonna wrap this health bar into horizontal box. And why is that? Because I'm gonna need to have my icon there as well. Right. And for example, now I can just add some text here into my horizontal box. And just for now, I'm gonna call it HP. And this border brush should be something darker. And of course, this HP font is going to be slightly lower, like this. And I'm gonna move it to left. So this is just testing purposes. But I'm gonna Control C, Control V into every progress bar. So we add, wait, I need the horizontal box for every progress bar. So I'm gonna wrap it with the horizontal box, or I can just delete those and Control C. Wait, first we need to move this here. And now select the horizontal box, Control C and Control V a couple times, but be sure to make it inside of the vertical box. And now we have a lot of stuff. This can be stamina, right? This will be like hunger, and this will be like hydration. This is just placeholders, okay? So don't worry, I can just do it like this. So yeah, I can do it like this, but later when we come to the icons, it's gonna be a little bit different. But also I can make this into a size box as well. But better way is getting those in the size box. But okay, we can get it into size box actually. So we can just select all of them here and right click them here and wrap it with the size box. And now we can select all of these size boxes and we can set their width, which is going to be, for example, 100 or 80 rather. And height is going to be like something like 10, 20, 15. And also this text needs to be smaller. So for example 12. And just anchor it, just center it to vertical to middle and horizontally to left. And now as you can see, we have something that looks good. but today we're gonna be focusing only on health. And if we press fill now, as you can see, we get our little stats here, which are still not functional. But if we go to our master UI and we go to our user created stuff, we can get our stats. And if I press play now, I'm gonna see those stats in my left corner. So if I full screen, you can see I have health, stamina, hunger, hydration there. So that works good. Okay, if you want to adjust the size, you can just adjust the sizebook size, right? But I'm gonna keep it like this. What you can do also is center it to the vertically to the middle, so your size box is going to be a little bit thinner, and you'll see how it looks like. Looks like this. But you can obviously play with this. I'm not some UI artist, so don't listen to me. So here, what we could do is we could bind, right? So we could bind this percentage. As you can see, this is how the bar feels. We can put it to be something like red here. Up. Yeah, like this. So these are health now. Okay, so yeah, we could bind, but by binding, this means we are gonna run this update every millisecond, and we don't want that. We want to update it only when we use health, right? So how do we do that? It's actually very simple. Okay, so click on this progress bar and make sure it's set to be a variable. Very important. So it's variable. Then here I'm gonna create a function and call it calculate health. Okay, so we are gonna go to our blueprints and macro library now. And you remember we created some casting for character. Same way now, we're gonna create some castings for our player. For our UI, sorry. So blueprint, macro library, and find user widget here. So this is for our UI. So BML UI casting. And now we can create basic one, cast to player character. We can check how we did it here. Cast to Apple gameplay. Okay, so we can just add up, just to make it clean and how we do it in the rest. Okay, so here I'm gonna get player character, and from the get player character I'm gonna cast to Apple player character. This execution goes into input like that, and this goes into output. If the cast is failed, then we're gonna delay it. Oh, sorry. We're gonna delay it until next tick. So even if it fails, sometimes the castings can be failed in milliseconds. So you just need a couple ticks to get it done without error. So as Apple player character, here we're gonna get name different. Apple player character reference. Okay. So with that now, we can go to event construct and cast to Apple player character. And as you can see, we don't have to rewrite everything, and now we can just promote to variable. And now we want to calculate our health. So get Apple player character. We're gonna get current health. So basically we are taking reference from here and getting those variables here. And we're gonna divide it by maximum health. We can pull it down like that. and we're gonna set current health. Oh, from here, set current health. Or actually, no. We're gonna get return node and pin this into return node. This input is going to be health percentage. And you will see in a second why. So if we go to our master UI, we will create something called custom event, and we're gonna update our health bar. Update health bar. But before that, we're gonna create another custom event. Update all UI bars. And here we're gonna call update health bar like this. So I hope you guys understand what is happening. So I'm just gonna create this update all UI bars event. So in the future, when we create more update stamina, update hunger, update hydration, then we can all pull it here. And why we need this is basically when the game starts, we also need to update all UIs, right? To get percentages right. So this update all UI bars goes into construct. Nice. Okay, so now what we need here is the thing that we took. So wait, this widget blueprint stats need to be a variable, because if we don't set to variable, we cannot see it here. But look, now when we set to variable, we will see our widget blueprint stats, and we can call get calculate health, sorry, like that. And now if we copy this widget blueprint stats and we get health bar, so basically we are getting this health here, we can set percentage here, and this is going to be our percentage, just like that. We can just compile this and then compile this again, and there is going to be no errors here. Perfect. Okay, so now because we didn't bind, we will have a little bit more hassle now to create these systems, because every time we want to take any damage, we're gonna, as you can see now, we're gonna need to call this update helper. But we did all our stuff for UIs in the player controller, and this is good, because now when we go here, we will just get our player controller, and from there we can get our master UI reference. And from our master UI reference, we're gonna call update health bar. And we will update it every time we take damage. Also, don't forget, we need to update it down here as well. But this is not only thing for the taking damage, also when we heal. So once we heal as well, we can delete this, we don't need any more print string. We can pull it here and also pull it here. And this is going to update our health bar. And still it looks very clean here. We don't have any mess in our event graph. So let's test. If we take damage, it updates UI. If we heal, it updates UI. As you can see, it works perfectly. So, for example, I can create some base actor, and if I duplicate this, I can call it BP damage take test. I can make this collision around, so it has a little bit of collision. Let me just see, where is that collision? Like this. And every time we overlap with it, so we can right click on box, add component on begin overlap. We can apply damage. And we can get our other actor to be damaged actor. That is going to be us. And base damage 15. So now we can set it here. We can actually change the color of this little cube to be something like green, so we know which one is damaging. And I can print string ouch took damage. So if we press play, we go next to this cube. As you can see, we are taking damage here. And we don't have health, and now we can heal. But yeah, when you are creating something like this, of course you want to remove the BPI interact, because we don't want this icon for interacting, right? So just like this. Okay, so we created that. That stuff works. This was a little bit longer video because I wanted to cover health system in details, and the same is going to be for our hunger, hydration, and stamina. So guys, I really hope you are loving this approach, and if I'm going too fast, just tell me in the comments. Also, a reminder that you can always support me on my Patreon and get these project files for free. So you can just download this project, so you can just copy code and etc. test. But yeah, thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode. Bye.